Alright, let's do this. Now, I'm just going to start off by saying that sexing young goldfish is a pain in the butt. I'm not very good at it because when they are very young, the bits that you use to separate the two of them have not grown that much, and it is very, very difficult to tell. There are some people out there that can do it and can do it a hell of a lot better than me, but if you're a beginner, then you've got pretty much no chance of getting it first off. So, I'm going to show you guys how I do it with the adults and how I basically tell the two of them apart. I'll go down to my fish. I've got some here that I've got in a bowl behind me, and I'll show you guys what's happening. And at the end of the video, I have one fish that's going to need to be named, which I haven't quite named yet. And if you guys have seen some of my older names, then it's time to give her a name, or him a name. We'll find out shortly. Alright, so these are the lucky ones that I plucked out of my tank. There's a little bit of a different variety here, but they are mostly just fancy goldfish. And some of them have weird names, some of them don't. This one here is Speckled Jemima, and I've had her for a while, and I know for a fact that she's a girl. I've seen her laying eggs, and I've actually bred off with her before. This guy here is a boy, and it's the partner for Speckled Jemima, who actually needs a name. So if you guys got a name for him, then pop him in the display below. And here we have another girl. Now, some of you guys are going to have trouble tricking these apart. So basically what I do is I look down below and I look at the back of the tail. At the base there is a slit that you guys might not be able to see, but I'll put a little arrow on it, and you can see that on the females it's about twice the size as the boys, and that's basically how you tell them apart. Now, it takes a bit of trial and error looking at them. Some fish have slightly bigger ones, some fish have slightly smaller ones, but that is the basic gist of them. And that is Fat Bastard there. Now, if you have a look below, once we get a little bit closer into the camera and I get the little tail fins out of the way, you'll see that that is a boy. Now, some of you guys might have trouble telling the two of them apart, but it's basically trial and error. You look at a few of them, you see the behaviors, you see how they go, and you basically start to learn your fish until you can decide which one's male and which one's female. But the gist of it is, the boys have a smaller slit, the girls have a bigger slit, and that is pretty much the basics of it. Now, the last extremely foolproof method that I know of is watching their behavior. When they start to mate, which is usually when the water warms up and the adult fishes are big enough, then you'll be able to see that the boys and the girls will start chasing each other. So the boys will start running around all the girls and chasing them. And this is a time that you can use to milk the fish. Now, this boy here, he's a male, and you'll be able to see that you can actually milk him. You'll be able to see lots of very white liquid start coming out when you do that, and you'll know for a fact that he's a boy. There is also being able to watch them when they're running around and chasing each other. I'll put a very small clip in here where you can see this behavior. Basically what you're seeing is the boys chasing the girls. It's always that way around. So the one that is being ganged up on is always a girl, and the ones that are always ganging up on the boys are always a boy. Now, this guy here I like to call Grumpy Old Bastard, because he just kind of looks like a grumpy old bastard, but he's a happy little fish. And this is a lady that needs a name, or the boy that needs a name. So if you guys have got a name that you think would work for this fish, then let me know in the comments below. And then it's time to basically drop them back in there and let them do their thing. Now, it might look a bit rough the way I dropped them in there, but it works quite happily, and they're going into water, so it's fine. So guys, like I said, it's not an overly complex one. This is basically how I do it. There are other methods, but I find they get kind of weird and hard to be able to figure out, because goldfish have got so many different varieties, they've got so many different tail lengths, they've got different body shapes. Some of the girls have fatter bodies, some of them have got skinnier bodies, and it's just really hard to tell which one's which. That's about it, really. Keep an eye on them when they're doing it, and honestly, don't worry about it too much. Have some goldfish, have fun with them, and wait for them to start doing stuff. I find that there's a good selection of girls and boys whenever I've gotten them, and that's about it, really. So, quick, simple, easy clip about how to tell which one's which, and I hope you guys got something out of it. So, I will see you next time, and thanks for watching.